Hello, and welcome to Seth of All Trades. I am Seth, and in this video, I'm going to go through 5 different villain voices for your next BBEG. So, if you're a GM planning your next villain, or say you just want to hang out and get wicked, you're in the right place. Let's get to it.
Alright, we have the classic schemer. I picture someone large of stature, very imposing, very threatening, but also thoughtful and brainy. Someone who knows what they're doing and has evil plans. Perhaps these plans are to, say, conquer the kingdom, or unleash hordes of demonic horrors upon the world. This person is very breathy, with lots of lingering, drawn-out words. They might also put in a lot of pauses. For dramatic flair, and perhaps to put off an air of thoughtfulness. Oh, I can't wait for you to see my master plan.
Next up, we have
the Unhinged Mastermind. This is just the loose cannon who's a bit of a mastermind because their chaos just somehow works in this wild world. You want to make their voice a bit unpredictable. Throw out some of that vocal fry. Get that gravel in there. But also, you kind of hit those high registers. Reach for the stars and see what you get. This is a voice you want to be careful with. How extreme you go. Because as you can tell, I'm already running out of bandwidth for this.
So, with a chaotic character like this, be careful with how extreme you go. And if you do, I think it's okay to sort of dial up that intensity and that sort of
mad chaos
in moments, but also dial it back to
something a bit more manageable as you explore this chaotic person. Still hit some of those higher notes and throw in a bit of that gravel here and there to sort of lend itself to that sort of unhinged mastermind without absolutely blowing out your voice. So yes, have fun with it and feel free to throw in your own little flair.
Next up, we have the Cunning Cutthroat. This is someone with menace behind every word, like a secret. Someone who would dine with you and then cut your throat in your sleep. They are calm, unconcerned. This should provide a bit of uncertainty or doubt, perhaps, in your players' minds. Something to make them wonder if they are, perhaps, out of their depth. You can provide tension and unease within them. No matter what happens, no matter what seems to be going wrong, they always remain calm. They always keep that flat demeanor. Nothing seems to throw them off, and perhaps that means that their plans are already in place or so far beyond you that success is inevitable for them. With this one, you want to keep their voice quieter, and even leveled, kind of across the board. Something nothing seems to really get them heightened or frantic. They always remain cool, calm, collected. They always have a bit of cunning behind their eyes. This is someone who, by sneaking into your players' minds with their voice through sending or some sort of spell, if this person doesn't have the abilities to enter the players' minds, perhaps they are hiding in the shadows or sneaking about the room, whispering, making them wonder, are they directly behind them? Has their throat already been slit?
Next, we have the Angry Ruiner. Someone who will see this world burn. This does not necessarily have to be this swelling hatred that's always raging out. This can be more of an internal anger that has moments where it reveals itself in frustration or just absolute fury. This person can just be simmering with internal hatred for the pitiful beings of this world. I will see them incinerated, annihilated, wiped from the face. With this, you can kind of bite these words like you would bite the heads off of the players. They might seethe and spit. You have to be careful, because you might get a little lightheaded with all of the breathing. So take breaks on the Angry Ruiner. Either way, this is a fun one to play with, to see just how that anger manifests and really shows itself in moments of extreme hatred for the world, for the players, for whatever that hatred is, whatever drives this villain to absolute horrified anger and destruction. Whatever that is, show moments of that sort of bursting forth. And when all else fails, just rage!
Alright, everybody. Lastly, we have the out-of-touch noble. This person is a villain because they have such a disregard for anything other than themselves. With this one, you want to go nasally a bit, with a bit of draw, a bit of whine in the voice. You can really adjust it to your tone or style of play. You can bring it in and maybe lower it a little and make it someone more just incessant and horrible to deal with, who's just, I don't care what you do with them, just kill them and dispose of the bodies. God, stop bothering me with this or you'll be next. Perhaps, you want your game to be a little more silly or light, then you might throw a little bit more whine in the voice, a little bit more in there to just really play up their unlikability. Bring me a better wine or you'll be drowned in it. However you decide to play the noble, you can really have fun with it depending on what direction you take. You could do something more like this, who's a bit more sophisticated, but really just doesn't give a shit about anything or anyone else. Or just really dial into the pomp and circumstance. Either way, however you roll, the noble most likely will have lackeys, lots and lots of lackeys who are very powerful, who keep me in power. Though they may have some tricks up their sleeves, some things unexpected based on their privilege, but
Whichever of these nobles you decide to make your villain, just make sure they say the classic catchphrase, "Guards, kill them!"
Well, there you have it. That was a ton of fun. I really love doing voices. I'm excited to do more of them and explore other series I can do with voices and really just practice doing voices and kind of hone those skills as well. So there are your 5 villainous voices. Hopefully they were helpful, if not at least entertaining. There's a bug. But thank you for sticking around. Because you did so, I've got one last final little bonus tip that you may have seen sprinkled throughout kind of this whole video, is that when you're playing a villain, roll out the lulls, y'all. Lots of laughs. Laughs can be a great tool if you're running a game, if you're running a villain. Not only does it provide energy or convey how happy or giddy or nefarious the villain is with their evil plans, but it also, if you're running the game, if you are a game master, it's a little bit of a tool, a little something you can do to kind of help you, or at least it certainly helps me kind of give you that brief moment to sort of consider the villain's next line. Or it also gives your players a great moment to interrupt this villainous monologue, say with a fireball to the face, or whatever their particular flair might be. So, don't be afraid to develop a villainous laugh for the enemies that you put out there in your games. And hey, let me know what villains are missing in the comments below. I would love to hear what voices you might want to hear next. If you enjoyed this video, it helps a ton to give it a quick thumbs up. And hey, if you want to see more of these silly videos, be sure to subscribe below. In the meantime, get out there and practice those evil laughs.